Good morning, guys. This is just a quick project update video of kind of what we got going on. One of the ones I'm most excited about, this is Pigpen. This is our project truck, and we're thinking of doing a budget build series, but I'm really looking for input. How do you guys want to see this truck built? What I have in mind is trying to beat a budget, like maybe $10,000 total truck built, with a Power Stroke, a 7.3 Power Stroke, and a ZF5 on four-wheel drive conversion. So can we do that for $10,000? Would you guys be interested in seeing that? It's already a manual truck. It already has a hydraulic clutch, which goes a really long way. And otherwise, we're going to have to get extremely creative if we want to do that and stay in budget. So if you want to see it that way, let me know. If you want to see it differently, let me know. And, you know, on the Bullnose game here, we have the other end of the spectrum. This is kind of going to be a all-out build in a lot of ways. This is the Ford Performance Project. They sent us this Boss 351, which is that 460 cubic inch small block. So it is a Boss 351 right there. It is a Windsor-based engine, but 100% aftermarket block. This is not some bored and stroked Windsor. And, you know, it has all forged internals. There's a scat crankshaft, scat rods, these really cool heads. So this is a radical 575 horsepower unit, and it's going to make this little truck rip. This thing's going to rip. So what we kind of want to do with this truck, like I said, it's going to be an all-out build. Thinking 40-inch tires, 1-ton axles, of course. In fact, we have a really cool fabricated Ford 9-inch housing. I think we're going to do a high-pinion Ford 9-inch with Kingpin Dana 60 outers on this truck. And then, of course, this is what I've been calling Poncho Villa. They also call it flatbread, but I like Poncho Villa. This is our 1979 factory F-350 project, which we will be banging out. This thing we're going to be banging out here. So this has a factory Kingpin Dana 60 high pinion, which is awesome. It had a 400. It had a 4-speed in it. We've already pulled that out. And, you know, basically, look how good that is. It's just awesome. So just an original old, you know, grandpa's old truck. Literally grandpa's old truck. And this has a Godzilla going in it, a Tremec TR4050, and some air conditioning and a few extras. Like, we are replacing that. It unfortunately has a Dana 60 rear end, so it's going to get a Sterling 10 1/4, and it does have 411 gears. That will be great with the Tremec. We're keeping these. They're like a 33 Mickey Thompson, awesome tire, Baja Boss. This is just such a good looking tire. If you're in the market for an AT and you want to get fancy with it, nothing beats the old Mickey Thompson look. And yes, we've got this little project here. So this thing I'd like to spend a little more time on because it's really close, actually. And we've kind of been back and forth on what we want to do with this truck, but it does have a, hold on, there we go. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with, set this down for a sec. There we go. So this has a 5.3 in it. It runs really nice, and it has an AX15 5-speed manual. Really great transmission. These are out of a Jeep TJ or XJ from certain years. They're very strong. If you don't think it can handle the torque of a V8, if you spend $300,000 with Icon 4-wheel drive and order a manual, this is what you get behind either a Coyote, if it's a Bronco, or an LS3, if it's one of their Land Cruisers. So they're pretty good. I think this stock 5.3, it'll never break. And then we have twin sticks and an Orion. So that's a 4-to-1 transfer case, which, you know, this thing's going to be just like an awesome little rock crawler. Front and rear lockers. I don't think it's ever going to get a roof. It's just got to be, you know, like a little, maybe a bikini top at most. But I'd like to see this thing, you know, kind of getting completed soon. We have our plow truck, Mr. Plow. This is Mr. Plow, and I just picked this up, and we just need to put a transmission in it and put a plow blade on it. So it's a really nice running 460 truck. In fact, like, you know, I'm like extremely impressed. And you know, we got it for such a good deal. Like, look at that. So extremely nice running 460, perfect for the plowing rig. Just needs an E4OD, of course. Don't they all, you know? Don't they all? But we're either going to find a pull-out one that works or just rebuild that ourselves. And you know, this thing really is just going to be a parts rig, run around, and, you know, plow truck for the winter time, snow plowing. But yeah, $1,200. I couldn't believe it. And it's got these really cool, you know, centerline wheels on it, and it's an OBS factory Dana 60s. Great little truck, or big truck, really. It's a big truck. So we've got to put some new tires on it. And then this over here is our most ambitious project, Humpty Dumpty, we've been calling it. It is a 1974 Highboy F-250, and the story here is the customer dropped it off with another shop down in Arizona, and the guy went out of business or something like that, stopped returning calls, kind of fled in the night, and he had to get the police involved to get his truck out of the shop, and this is how it was, just taken into a million pieces. So this is going to be a long-term project, but we're going to start on it almost immediately. Just start building this chassis. We have some axles to build. One of them is locked up. The other one's really sloppy. He did, however, get a 390 built by 390 Specialties, or FE Specialties. Yeah, that's what it is. So apparently this guy, I don't know, you know, I don't know anything about FE Specialties myself, but apparently this guy's the man for these engines, and it certainly looks beautiful. So that should be a nice running little engine. This transmission was rebuilt, and the T-case was rebuilt. Like, really, look at that. Really, really nice. So, you know, this will be a cool truck at the end of the day. Really, really cool truck. It's going to get painted and just be beautiful. Just kind of a regular old classic restoration. We've got to do some body work, but yep. This is not how I want a project delivered, but what do you do? You know, we're going to help this guy out. We're going to make this truck really cool, and, you know, I think it'll be really worthwhile and gratifying at the end of the build. But oh my God, look at this. Humpty Dumpty. We got to put them back together again. So that's kind of what we got going on. Then this Land Cruiser here, this is a really nice one that we've already painted. And then, oh my God, my son, 5-year-old son, just smacked a jack handle into that. So what do you do? You know, but this truck, we have a little more paint and body work to do. I've got a full hardtop for it, this Land Cruiser. And we're kind of now thinking that this is going to be the EcoBoost Land Cruiser. And stock height, stock tire size, just make it really a sleeper, you know, sleeper. And but anyways, guys, that's kind of what we got going on. Love some input on what you want to see with the crew cab, Bullnose, Pigpen. What you want to see with Pigpen. So hope you're having a good day, and we'll catch you soon. Bye.